Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Bridget Forester has been front and center on The Bold and the Beautiful for a few weeks now, which is a nice treat for viewers considering she hasn't been around in years. If Ashley Jones' character is going to stay in the mix, it will only be a matter of time before she finds romance again. But which lucky man's eye will she catch? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful, spoilers down below. Bridget has been involved in Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton cancer storyline since last month, and has been spending a lot of time with Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, at the office. Rumors have hinted for a while now that sparks could fly between Finn and Bridget while they are working together. The fact that we know Finn's marriage is going to be hanging on by a thread only makes it seem more likely that he could hook up with Bridget. If Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McSinswood, dumps Finn, he won't have to look far for a shoulder to cry on. There aren't many single men in the B&B dating pool right now. If Bridget doesn't fall for Finn, could she fall for her patient Liam while she is investigating his miraculous recovery? Another popular theory on social media is that Bridget could catch Bill Spencer's eye. He's tragically single at the moment and is desperate for companionship. Liam Spencer is currently in a hospital bed in the Spencer mansion, so it wouldn't be crazy if Bridget starts spending time at Bill's house. Could Bridget's doctor visits turn social? Who would be a good match for Bridget Forester? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease that big changes may be coming for Bridget Forester as whispers of a potential new romance begin to stir in Los Angeles. Bridget, portrayed by the beloved Ashley Jones, has long been a staple in the Forester family legacy. As a brilliant doctor, loyal daughter, and someone who has weathered more than her fair share of heartbreak, Bridget has been quietly lingering in the background for far too long. But all that might be about to change if the current storyline trajectory is any indication. Could Bridget finally be on the verge of finding love again? Fans certainly hope so, and they're not alone. Sources close to the show suggest that writers have been exploring ways to bring Bridget into the fold more permanently, with a fresh romantic arc that will put her at the center of the drama. With so much turmoil surrounding the Foresters, Logans, and Spencers, there's plenty of opportunity to weave Bridget back into the action, and a new love interest could be the perfect catalyst. Longtime viewers will recall Bridget's complicated history with love, from her heartbreak over Ridge and Brooke's betrayal during her marriage to Deacon, to her tumultuous relationships with Nick Marone, Owen Knight, and later brief flings and alliances. Bridget has seen love rise and fall more times than she probably cares to count. Yet through it all, she has maintained a grace and strength that has made her one of the show's most admired characters. With so many of her past relationships ending in betrayal or tragedy, fans are wondering, is Bridget finally ready to let someone in again? And more importantly, is there someone new who could truly understand her, support her, and stand by her through the stormy waters of Forester life? The timing couldn't be more perfect. Bridget has been spending more time in Los Angeles lately, coming back for key family moments, medical emergencies, and emotional touchpoints. Her recent scenes with Eric, Donna, and even her half-brother RG have reminded fans of how integral she is to the Forester and Logan clans. And as the medical director at University Hospital, she remains closely tied to many storylines that could easily pull her into the daily drama. Enter the possibility of a new man, or perhaps even a surprising rekindling of an old flame. There's talk in the soap community that a fresh character could be introduced specifically as a romantic lead for Bridget. This mystery man might be a fellow doctor, a patient, or someone with ties to another core family on the canvas. A romance rooted in the hospital setting would give Bridget a strong anchor in her professional world, while allowing her to explore a personal life she's neglected for years. On the other hand, There's also speculation that a familiar face could come back to shake things up. Could Nick Marone make a dramatic return? Could Owen Knight re-enter the picture, especially with the absence of Jackie and no clear direction for his character since their departure? Or could someone like Thorne Forester return to LA and find unexpected sparks with his niece's half-sister? It wouldn't be the first time the bold and the beautiful leaned into complex, tangled romantic webs. The creative possibilities are nearly endless. If the show were to introduce a new man for Bridget, he would need to be more than just a pretty face. He'd have to be someone grounded, emotionally intelligent, and strong enough to handle the chaos that surrounds the Forester dynasty. Bridget has evolved into a woman who won't tolerate lies, deception, or manipulation, which means any future partner would need to be as authentic and emotionally mature as she is. He'd also need to gain the respect of her family, a challenge in and of itself given how protective they can be, especially Ridge, Brooke, and Eric. Another intriguing angle the writers might pursue is a forbidden romance, perhaps with someone already entangled with another woman. Imagine the drama if Bridget found herself falling for a man who is technically unavailable. Could she fall for someone like Carter Walton, who has had his share of heartbreak and is once again single? Or what if she and Finn begin growing closer while working together at the hospital? Such a storyline would no doubt create massive conflict and send shockwaves through the canvas, especially with Steffi in the mix. But would the writers dare to push Bridget into that kind of explosive territory again? Or would they aim for something more redemptive and healing? Fans are divided. Some are rooting for Bridget to finally have a drama-free love story, something sweet, sincere, and earned. Others want her pulled into the show's signature emotional messiness. Either direction could work, depending on the chemistry and how the story is paced. What we do know is that the show has been subtly laying the groundwork for Bridget to take on a more prominent role. Her recent appearances have reminded viewers of her intelligence, empathy, and resilience. She's a character with rich history, deep emotional roots, and untapped potential, and the audience is responding. Social media buzz surrounding Bridget has been growing, with many fans calling for her to get a true love story worthy of her legacy. Ashley Jones herself has hinted at wanting more for Bridget, suggesting in past interviews that she's open to expanding her presence on the show if the storyline is right. Could that time finally be now? As we look ahead, there's plenty of room for Bridget to shine. With Hope and Thomas on again, off-again relationship raising eyebrows, Steffi and Liam facing their usual turmoil, and Ridge and Brooke always on the brink of some revelation, adding Bridget to the romance roster could provide a welcome new direction. She could represent a more mature, grounded love story, one not based in obsession or betrayal, but in mutual respect and understanding. Of course, this is the bold and the beautiful, where no romance is ever truly simple. Even the most wholesome beginnings can lead to explosive twists. So fans shouldn't be surprised if Bridget's new romance, whoever it's with, starts off with tenderness and quickly escalates into a high-stakes emotional saga involving secrets, rivalries, and maybe even a medical emergency or two. After all, the hospital setting is ripe for drama. Imagine Bridget falling for someone who ends up being a long-lost relative of a Forester competitor or a man hiding a scandalous secret from his past. Maybe he's been married before and never told her. Maybe he has a child Bridget didn't know about. Maybe he's connected to Sheila Carter in some unexpected way. The possibilities are endless, but regardless of the direction, Bridget's presence on screen is a breath of fresh air. Her grounded nature and strong moral compass make her a perfect foil to some of the more volatile personalities in the Forester universe. Giving her a new romance would not only enrich her own storyline, but also expand the emotional texture of the show. Bridget deserves more than fleeting appearances and reaction shots. She deserves to be in the thick of things, and a romantic arc is the perfect vehicle to make that happen. Will Bridget finally find the love she's been missing? Will the writers give her a chance to experience joy after so many years of disappointment? And will fans embrace this new chapter with open arms? If the online chatter is any indication, the answer is a resounding yes. There's no doubt that Bridget Forester still has a lot of story left to tell, and the next chapter may be her most exciting yet. As the summer heats up in Los Angeles, so too might Bridget's love life. Stay tuned, because The Bold and the Beautiful is about to deliver one of its most surprising, heartfelt, and emotional storylines yet. And at the center of it all could be a woman who's waited far too long for her happily ever after. The question isn't whether Bridget is ready for a new romance. It's whether the man she's destined to meet is ready for her. Because once Bridget Forester falls in love again, nothing will ever be the same. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our United News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.